So, Chorley 0, Wolves 1, and we're through to the fifth round of the FA Cup. Now, I did say before the game that I didn't really care how we won as long as we won and got through to the next round. And to be honest, that still probably stays true. Although, I have to say it was a shocking performance, let's be honest. It wasn't very good. We didn't really get anything going forward. I think first half we had like 82% possession and we just didn't create anything, which was, I was just really disappointing. There was no outlet. I think it really shows why we ditched the five at the back. Because there was really no sort of creativity going forward. And even in the second half, we were on the back foot against the team in the Northern National Division. It is pretty embarrassing, to be honest, and we were at some points probably lucky not to be embarrassed in the sense that, you know, Chorley had some good chances. John Ruddy was probably our man of the match, and who could have said that before the start of the game? Some of the slander that John Ruddy gets, and he made a really, really good save at 1-0. But let's talk about the starting 11 then. So 5 at the back. I think that, to be honest, I was actually happy to see it back. I think going back to what we know, being solid in defence. Was what we needed, and it's what we got. You know, we kept a clean sheet for the first time in a number of weeks. I think the last clean sheet we kept was Crystal Palace in the FA Cup as well, and I thought the defence were very good actually. I didn't think that we were too poor defensively. I think a lot of the issues that most of us will have, in fact I'd be surprised if it wasn't all of us, was going forward, because there's absolutely nothing. And if it wasn't for Vitinha's just absolute thunderbolt of a goal, we'd be in extra time, or I think it goes straight to penalties, and we could have gone out. In all honesty, we really could have. There was points where it looked like Chorley were really sort of, you know, putting us on the back foot, and they looked really dangerous. So yeah, by that vein, it was pretty embarrassing. Superb goal by Vitinha, who was later brought off. Again, a little bit confusing, probably a fitness thing. I hope it wasn't a tactical thing, because he was one of our best players. Really, really good, especially in the first half and in the second half as well. Really good with his feet. But again, there's such a big disconnect between the forward line and the midfield and the defence. Everything seems to be so slow. Fabio Silva and Catrone were pretty poor tonight, albeit they didn't really get any service. But they're just too similar, running off the ball instead of one of them dropping in and one of them going off to have maybe sort of a target man that can hold the ball up and spray the balls out. Both of them were just too similar in my opinion, and that's why it didn't really work out, that and the fact that we barely got forward. I thought Willy Bolly was really good. I thought Kilman was solid. I thought Matinho again, though, I think a player that I want to touch on, really not good. His set pieces are just absolutely atrocious, giving the ball away more than any other player really, from what I was watching. I thought Ait Nouri was pretty poor today. I thought Keanu Hoover was solid as well. And John Ruddy, again, had a really good game. I think he was faultless really. Came out, collected the ball when he needed to, and made a brilliant save as well at 1-0 and kept the lead. So, yeah, we're through to the next round. Very poor performance, to be honest, against the teams, you know, about 6 divisions below us. Is pretty shocking, and I think a lot of people will be disappointed with the way we played, myself included. But to be honest, I'm just happy to get through. Clean sheet, a win. I can't, you know, I think that, you know, we've got Willie and Jose coming in. Hopefully that makes a difference. We need a centre back and a centre mid, in my opinion. But you know, I've called for the board to back Nuno a number of times. It looks like they might be doing it. We do need more. But look, a win today, albeit the terrible performance. We're through to the next round. You know, we're going to have to improve for the next round, but we're through, and for me, that's what matters.
What do we say about that? That was we won the game. That's all we can say about that. We played terrible. Chorley were the better team, and that's saying something. These guys are non-league, and these guys were the better team. We are Premier League level, you know, top division, top in the whole country. And Chorley were the better team. We had one shot on target the whole game, which was our goal. That's it. We played terrible. Chorley were the better team. We literally didn't deserve the win. We played scrappy. We passed the ball. We played terrible. I don't know how we won that game. We didn't deserve it. Something needs to change. It's getting ridiculous now. Like, what was that? Shout out to Willy Bolly though, played very well, man of the match definitely. If it weren't for Bolly, we would have conceded a lot of goals. John Ruddy played well as well, made a few saves, but Jesus. Also, Vitinha's goal, great strike from the guy. Baller, great strike. Keeper should have saved it really, but we'll let him. We'll let Vitinha off, but something needs to change. We've got Chelsea next. Chelsea. We are definitely screwed. We need to sort something out now. Hopefully, with this new signing from Jose, should help the Wolves out. But when Chorley were the better team, something has to change.
I want to start off by saying Chorley played way better tonight. We were just sloppy, passing the ball around, passing the ball to the opposition, lacking the communication. I think after the first goal we scored, we straight away went into defence. Cody passing to Neves, and then as soon as Neves gets it, or someone in the midfield, they pass it right back again. We played defensively, but they probably had more chances on us than we did on them. They obviously played more attackingly. They wanted the game more than us. Every time we tried to counter attack, we just mess it up. I think Silva shouldn't have started. He plays enough league games because Jimenez is out right now. I think we should have started someone like Neto or Traore instead of him. Maybe giving a bit of support to Catrone. I think, they're a non-league team. We should be scoring like 3-4 goals. And I think what was a bad thing was, every time they had a corner or a throw-in or anything near the goal, I would get scared, and it's not good, is it? Like, they're literally a non-league team. I think Roddy had a good game. I think he made like 2, maybe 3 good saves like that I thought were really, really good. But at the end of the day, it's a win. The boys are back on the bus with a win, playing Arsenal or Southampton next. So let's hope for a win next.
So it's full time. It finished Chorley 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Let's get through the positives straight away. We're through to the next round, and hopefully this can be the start of a massive cup run for us. Because for me, that's the only thing that can bring this season back, is if we have a very, very good cup run. Ruddy, Bolly second half even, as well as Vitinha, had very, very good games. They were our 3 best players. They were the 3 best players on the pitch. Everyone else was just... It wasn't a good performance, and we'll just go through the negatives on there as well. 2 shots on target in the full game. Not really testing the goalkeeper. You look at normally the way to judge is like how dirty a goalkeeper's shirt is. Ruddy's was dirtier than the Chorley goalkeepers. Just shows we didn't test him enough, and we really didn't attack at all. Our possession in the final third was it was not good enough. Like, the fact of, we're just isolating Catrone and Fabio Silva with no options in midfield because we're that worried about conceding to a National League North side. That's embarrassing. That is absolutely embarrassing. On today, it's all about getting a result, getting through to the next round. But considering the calibre of opposition, it is all about the performance as well. And if you smash a team like that, there's been circumstances where teams have played National League North sides and they've absolutely smashed them, especially if you're in the Premier League. We just about scraped a 1-0 and the commentary was saying all about scraping a 1-0 win. If we played an opposition with the calibre of Man City, Man United, Tottenham, a team that is either bang in form or one of the big teams in the league, then fair enough. There might have been a debate of, you can understand why we're playing that. But we sat back against Chorley. Just, why is Nuno still here for me? I'll stand by my fact of I still want Nuno out. It's not purely down to performance. We could have won by 7 goals today, and I still would have said Nuno out just due to the calibre of opposition that we were playing against. And it just seems as though for me, the substitutes he made didn't make any difference at all. His starting 11 was wrong, although I can understand why he's gone to 5 at the back. That's our more preferred system. But even then, a 5 at the back only works if you play with wingers. And for me, we tried to dictate a midfield where they were just hoofing it, and they were winning every single midfield battle in there. They were winning absolutely everything. They wanted it so much more than us. If we would have had that commitment, we would have smashed them, but we didn't. We just got 1 goal and we was happy with that. It's embarrassing. But at the end of the day, we got through to the next round. And for me, that is an important thing. But the performance does need to be judged just due to the calibre of opposition. I said after Crystal Palace it was a professional performance. Today, we looked semi-professional. I don't know, but we've got Chelsea next, and for me, again, that is another game where if we don't get a win from that, Nuno is again under even more pressure against an out-of-form Chelsea side. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, thank you for having me on Talking Wolves, and if you please comment Harry Potter, that'll really make Tom Parker happy. Thank you, guys.
Hello everybody, it's Jason, Guy, Wolves Premier, the happy clapper that's always happy. Well, that was absolute dog shit. Never, ever, 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 ever take the out of that 1986 team again. We were against Chorley in 86, we lost 3-0. Never take the out of them. This Wolves side just have made that 1986 team look like peak Brazil. And listen, I'm not one to criticise individuals, but Catrone, forget all this pizza and pasta. He's just not doing it for me. He's never done it for me. I don't know about not doing it. And if Silva is worth 35 million quid, the lad up top for them tonight, the electrician, is worth 40 million quid. That was shocking. Get it? Keep tuning in to the great work that Talking Wolves are doing. Over and out.
Just finished watching the game. It's finished Chorley 0, Wolves 1, and another absolutely pathetic performance from Wolves. Even though we managed to go through today, that was one of the worst performances I've seen from Wolves since last week when we lost 3-2 to West Brom. No clue why we're this bad. The defence is disjointed, the midfield is lightweight, we have absolutely nothing in attack. I mean, if that's the last time we've seen Catrone in a Wolves shirt, good luck finding another team that will take you after that, because he was shit. Silva as well was bloody awful, as always. You know, you can talk about his age and his price tag and stuff like that, but against a side like Chorley, and with all respect to Chorley, he should be head and shoulders above those lot, and they pocketed him easily. He did nothing all game. And it really does make you think now what another manager would do with this squad. I'm not saying I'm Nuno out particularly, but I am saying that, you know, you look at the managers available at the moment, you look at your Tuchels and your Allegris, which Wolves will look at because we're an ambitious club, supposedly. And I'm just thinking, what would they do with players? I mean, I thought Otasawi would start tonight. He hasn't. For any particular reason, we don't know, because we have no communication with the club. You know, it's just low after low with Wolves, and these last couple of seasons, it's made me really proud to say I'm a Wolves fan. You know, and I've said it with such eagerness, and now I'm embarrassed again. You know, it's just like, oh, you're the Wolves team that lost to West Brom and Villa and blew a 2-goal lead to Brighton, and you scrape past Chorley. It's just, honestly, this season is awful, and we've not looked this bad under Nuno since he took over. I just don't get it. It's so concerning, and, you know, I've not even watched Nuno's, you know, after-match talk, but he'll probably just say solutions are in the squad. We played very bad. The squad is unbalanced. And that's all he says. The fans have no sort of communication with the club. We have no sort of emotive connection with those above. It's just absolutely bloody awful, and another crap display from Wolves. Bolly, how he got man of the match, I don't know. He lost all his duels. We looked weak from set pieces. We couldn't keep the ball. Vitinha, for me, is finished. I've said that now all season, and at the end of last season, really, all the bloke does is pass sideways and backwards. His set pieces, as Dave put it at the time, are laughable. And to be honest with you, I'm absolutely furious with that performance. And Foster needs to take a good look at that and decide at the end of the season what is the right way forward. Make sure you subscribe to Talking Wolves. And yeah, take it easy. Cheers.
Hi, it's Jason. I'm back to my normal self now. That was a really, really good performance tonight. Really positive throughout. I thought we was the best team. We controlled the game against tough opposition. I think across both halves, we were by far the better side. And good luck to Chelsea. Chorley.